Okay, everyone, welcome to the Visibility Challenge 2026.
Woo.
I'm so excited for this because I've not done a free challenge for about 3 years. And it was very different than this one. So I'm very, very excited about delivering this. And it will be recorded, and so I will share the recording with you all. I know a few people can't make it live, which is fair enough. I know it's kids' bedtime and all of that, so I understand. And we will get started. So, the plan with this challenge is we're going to be bold. And so tonight, we're going to start with building belief and we're going to begin with the vision. The reason for this is for those who know me, I've got over 25 years experience in PR and marketing. And with PR is very much like the lighthouse or the homing beacon that's guiding in that vision that you've got for the future. You're guiding it in towards you. So if we don't know what that big vision is, how on earth can we be guiding it in? Lots talk about PR and they just focus on the story, but I like to start at the beginning with the vision of what we're trying to achieve further down the line. What do we want to happen? And our beliefs behind it happening, behind being visible. Okay. And then Tuesday, we're going to look at the O, which is we're going to own our own story. So I'm going to do story mapping session with you to show you how you can pull your stories out. And I know some of you on the call are further on with this process. So I know some of you have written books or contributed to books. So you'll be further on with this than others. But other people, it's owning what you do as well and that service you deliver for other people. So we'll focus in on that. And then on Wednesday, we're going to lead with that story. So what do we want to happen when we share that story? Whether that story is in the media, whether that story is being told on stage, whether that's being shared in written format, whatever that looks like, how do we lead with it? Okay. And then on the Thursday, we're going to talk about taking action and just doing it. Okay, which is the D of the bold. And then next Tuesday at 8 p.m., I'm going to do a masterclass that will pull the whole thing together and show you exactly how you can apply it to this year to smash your goals and to end up with the vision that we're going to start at. Okay, so that is the plan. But first, I've got some prizes to talk to you about. So, I like to reward action takers. So, all of those people on this call or listening back to it, that's fine. Um, if you do all the actions and post your action each day, each of the 4 days, into the Facebook thread. And don't worry if you're on catch up, as long as they're all posted in there by the Tuesday masterclass, then you will all get a free power hour with me to make sure that your 2026 is mapped out exactly how you want it. Okay. And one of you will win a half day VIP be seen session with me. Okay. So that's worth £750. So that's a really obviously good price. And I'm gutted that someone who had one is hasn't made it onto this live because I did one last week with Vicky and it was amazing. The feedback she gave me was brilliant afterwards. Um, and then I want to reward our community cheerleaders. So that they'll be measured by whoever's the most interactive in the Facebook group. And you'll win 3 months inside my Global Visibility Club, which is full of really wonderful people who all support each other, and it's all about community. So that's a brilliant prize for that. And then sharing is caring. So if you share about this challenge, you might want to share a screen grab from it. You might want to share a takeaway and promote it. If you promote it on your social channels, whether that be Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram, and tag me into it, whoever shares the most will win a place at my in-person event in March. Okay? So those are the prizes at hand. So let's get started. Now, for those of you who don't know me and haven't come across me or worked with me before, my name is Sarah Stevens. I'm a PR and marketing specialist and have over 25 years experience working with international airlines, right down to SMEs and entrepreneurs. I've lectured at MMU University. I'm also an advocate for life to child loss. So a big part of the reason I do what I do is to help people grow and to help heart-led people and heart-led brands to do more good in the world, because that is ultimately the legacy that I want to create, to turn those little ripples into massive waves of change. And I do that by helping you guys create more leads for your business, because more leads will bring more sales and enable you to make a bigger impact in the world. And that's what I'm here to do. So let's start at the beginning. So build belief and begin with the vision. So, what I want you to think about is, if we are sitting here in a year's time, in 2027, what do you want to have happened in that year? What kind of environment are you in? Where are you? It might be somewhere else entirely. Um, how do you feel in a year's time? What's going on in your life? And why are you happy in that moment? Who is it that you're working with? How are you making them feel? Okay. So have just sit for a moment and close your eyes and just picture you a year from now. What does that look like? Okay. How are you feeling? Who is it that you are working with a year from now? How do they feel working with you? And so, how do you want to be seen? A year from now, if I said to someone, "Oh, do you know such and such a body?" What do you want them to automatically say about you? Okay? So, have a think about those questions. Okay? And we've got a workbook that the link was sent out in the email today that's got some other questions that dig a little bit deeper in there. So feel free to work through them, meditate on it, do whatever you like to do. I like to go for a stomp with the dog and think then, but whatever works for you, work through them. And because the clearer you can be with what that vision that you want is, the easier we'll get you there. Okay. And then the next question after that is, what is it that's holding you back? Because I sometimes work with clients who that big vision is the same one that they had the year before, and something is blocking them from getting that. Is it fear of judgment? If you think, oh God, oh, but the last person I worked with said I had to go live on TikTok and I hate TikTok and well, don't worry. The way I work, we do it in what feels natural for you. Okay. So if you hate something with a passion, if you'd rather stick pins in your own eyes than do one aspect of visibility, well, I'm not even going to suggest it for you because at the end of the day, what you do needs to light you up. It needs to set your soul on fire. And if it doesn't, that's why my slide background looks like fire. Um, if it doesn't set your soul on fire, then why are we doing it? Yeah? You need to have that pleasure from what you're doing. Otherwise, what is the point in doing it? Okay. And some people say, oh, I've got a lack of clarity. I don't really know what I'm talking about or where I'm posting or how to explain it or whatever. Well, that's something that I can help you with. We can learn that. Okay. Some people might say, oh, I'm not expert enough at that. And quite a lot of people, myself included, actually, sometimes think, oh, I'm not an expert at that. I need to get another qualification in that, or I need to do this other training and get this other certificate to prove that I'm an expert in this. And I've got all the certificates and lots of qualifications. And then I realized it was more mindset often than anything else. Okay. And then think about if you show up and you realize this big vision in a year's time, who will benefit from that? Who, who, if you show up, who will that help? Okay. And yes, it might help the end client that you're working with, future you, the shifts you're making for them, the service you're delivering. It might help them, but it could also help loved ones and people in your life because you might have more funds to do more things. It might be that bringing in more aligned leads from your ideal clients will free up a bit more of your time because maybe quite a lot of your time's spent going to networking events or trying to meet people and chasing people. And if you were more visible in a much more aligned way, maybe some of these clients would start coming to you. So you might end up working less, which might mean that you might be able to help at the local charity. So think about who you will help if you start showing up, okay, and what difference that will make. Because if you're a people pleaser like me, that will make a big difference to your motivation, and that why can be a real driver that will career you forward when you've got doubts or when you've got the freeze bit of, oh, I don't want to do that. That can help you. Okay. So what I want you to do is think about a confident reintroduction. So think about who you help and what do you help them to do. So an example of mine is I'm Sarah Stevens. I help heart-led people to be seen so they can make more money and a much greater impact. Okay, but think about what that is for you because um PR is all about the stories and everything else, but if you can't summarize who you are and what you do in a sentence to a journalist, you've kind of lost them. It's really important to be quite succinct and to be able to say in one sentence what you do and who you help is really important. So this is why we land this now, and then this is the foundation that we then build the story. on top of tomorrow. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is the action is I want you to share your reintroduction post on the thread inside the Facebook group that I'll be putting in after this call. Okay. Um, and if you're undecided and you're like, oh, I'm not sure how to say that, I'm not sure how to explain that, that's what the Facebook group's for. If you're within VIP, that's what the VIP group is for in WhatsApp. So we can all support each other and you can say, oh, guys, what do you think about this? Or I'm a bit stuck on how to explain that. That's what we're all here for, to support each other. Okay. So remember the prizes. We've got our action takers, the community cheerleaders, and the sharers. Okay. If you are not in VIP access and you would like to jump in, then there's a QR code here, so you can jump in and join us for just £27 and get the advantage of having that support there. Okay. Has anyone got any questions about any of that? Don't think there were any comments, were they? No?
No, that's spotted.
Brilliant. So we're starting off, well, I say quite easy, but it depends whether you've already mapped things like this out before or not. But the workbook has more deep, thought-provoking questions within it. So feel free to work through the workbook. And
Sarah,
if you, yeah,
sorry to interrupt. Donna's just put a question in the chat. Don't know if you can
okay.
see it.
No, I can't see it for some
To
reason.
read it out.
Yes, please.
So she said, can we have more than one confident reintroduction statement for different roles in our business?
Yes, you certainly can. Because then what we do is when we look at the stories, Donna, there'll be some stories that are more suited to certain parts of your business than others. And then you make sure you have that statement alongside the right thing. So yeah, you can do that. Yeah, definitely. Good question. Because I've got a couple of different statements for some of the different things that I do. So yeah, good question. Anyone else got anything they want to ask me? No? Okay, brilliant. Well, that was a slightly quicker session than tomorrow's will be. Um, Thank you so much to those of you who've joined live. I really do appreciate it. It makes a huge difference to have people asking questions and interacting. Um, and the amount of work and effort you put in to this first session will be the foundation that we build the rest on. So please go away, think about it, meditate, take the dog for a walk, have a run, go to the gym, whatever you do when you want to have a good old think, and map that out and share that with us. Um, and I'm really excited to have you all here. Um, and yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow at 8 p.m. and we'll see you in the Facebook group and if you're VIP in the WhatsApp chat. And any questions, any queries, please just jump in and ask. Okay? Go and get a brew, Donna. Just saw you say sharing a brew emoji. Go and have a cup of
Mm,
tea now. And those of you who are in the Global Visibility Club, if you want to stay on, because we're going to go straight into our weekly accountability session. Okay. Um, but
thanks,
thank you.
Sarah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. There's lots of thanks in the chat as well, but I'm sure you'll see those after. See you tomorrow.
Bye.